May in the mid lane. I don't really know if Fisher would feel all that good about it, but then I was hoping it would come through. Corki would be the safest choice out of the bunch, and they will just end up with that.
So the Corki comes on through, very much playing at range on the side of EDG here. And we've got a lot of scaling for BLG, both in mid and bot lane. I would anticipate a bit of early presence in the jungle and maybe top lane picks. I'm curious what we end up to. Oh, Min brings out the Darius to take on this Udyr.
Yeah, we did have this come through yesterday. I have been asking for this ever since I saw Keen play it in LCK into the Udyr matchup, and they paired it alongside a Sejuani and just, gave him those early games. Yeah. That is theoretically still possible as well, but maybe leaning towards the Vi right now to just have the guaranteed engage onto things like the Corki. But Rel still coming through. And I guess this makes sense. It kind of does feel like Rel... It feels like after the Maokai, Rel is like the next thing that kind of inches up typically in the LPL. We only have we have specialist junglers who gravitate towards things like the Sejuani, but definitely not every jungler here in the LPL.
So, two quite different compositions here in the way that they can function. A lot more top focus on the side of BLG. Perhaps weak side for Elkanon. We'll have to wait and see if Shun is going to focus on trying to set Bin up or whether they want to just leave Bin on an island. I mean, Bin can certainly do things by himself. We've seen it time and time again in the LPL. Keep my eye on what Shun does on the map there. But for EDG, very much long-range composition with the Corki. The Xayah quite happy to go for those team fights, and then they're looking like favourites, not just for this series, but perhaps for the league. We'll find out if they're in favourite form here today on Summoner's Rift.
Seems like once again, missing out on those Gios. But again, of course, we have the Darius. We've had it played.
Maybe just late.
There we go. This is very late.
I feel like our audience today needs to get organised.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been a nightmare. Come on, guys. We're better than this. We've cheered before.
Look at who we're cheering for. Look at who we're cheering for. People like Knight, they deserve the respect. They deserve the respect of on-time cheers.
Yeah, literal reigning MSI champion on this stage right there. And then 4 MSI finalists. Do you reckon there's any bad blood there? Do you reckon Knight just walks into the practice room with his medal on?
I would hope he would. Speaking of walking in, I'm going to find anything. Actually, EDG's bot lane might be able to catch out Elkanon, but I guess it would have been kind of obvious, right? You walk in that Tri-Brush, you put down a ward, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Pretty clear one as Finn starts off aggressive, stacking up that passive, trading relatively even, but remember, he's on the Darius, so he has sustained from his Q once he hits that level 2, just trying to zone away from XP, and I think he denied a couple of minions of XP there, which is enough for him to have a huge advantage. Great hook from On, and this is what we expect from BLG's bot lane.
Yeah, coming out ahead and already taking advantage at level 1. I'm really curious to see especially what Jiejie is able to do in this early game. Already getting pressured in bot, you expect continuous pressure in that top lane.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty hard, but also opens up for Shun, like you said, right? A meta where a lot of time spent kind of trying to enable and cover for your bot lane, but you do have a Darius that if you can find that first kill, he will just take over.
Yeah. It's also the fact that with that Darius, you can put yourself in dangerous positions. That's the flash and the ghost, no teleport there. Jiejie is going to get invaded by Shun. It's a little bit too late. Got the small wolves. Jiejie just going to zip over the wall, keep himself safe, get to the top half of the map. So Shun not going to be too happy with the way that one's gone. Bit of a waste of time only getting the small wolves.
They're not going to be able to find more than that. I also want to highlight Bin going lethal tempo. I think Wayward was running Conqueror the few times he picked it. I think this will open up Bin to have some more aggressive earlier trades. Lethal tempo definitely being a lot better in terms of just the early lane phase, but I guess we don't care about Bin now. Another dive?
Yeah, we're just going straight for it. BLG, they're playing center, but they don't mind going aggressive early anyway. First blood for Elk. And I mean, this is what we talked about in the pregame. Their dives just look so clean. They make it look easy. And they saw Jiejie pathing top. In fact, Shun literally went into the jungle just to like push Jiejie, like nudge him towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, now already finding this advantage, and Bin even dissuading Jiejie from coming in, doesn't get spotted, so will just go and wrap around back in, try and take away some camps for himself. But I love this game. The Darius don't matter at all. I fully expect BLG to just keep hammering on this bot lane, setting up Elkin on like they always do.
I suppose the point of the Darius pick is not necessarily for BLG to camp it and get him ahead. It's more just that Udyr doesn't have the lane pressure that he usually has.
Yes.
Darius can contest him a bit more. It's one of the few champions that you're confident and comfortable trading against champions that's so strong in the early game.
That's boring. Like, I'm not saying we need to put a tent up there, but you give him one gank, then, you know, then we might see constant solo kills come out. It might become like a hype fiesta.
I mean, that would be Bin all over, wouldn't it? Taking a look at this dive that was just immaculate, as always, from BLG. Oh, we're not looking at the dive.
Yeah, we're looking at the trades come forward.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. And, I mean, the dive's already over. I love how they were able to proc the Guardian and Vampire early to set it up.
Do you reckon that was on purpose for the observers or a bit of a misclick? I'm saying maybe a misclick there. Oh dear. I will say,
I think they wanted us to know that Knight is also absolutely dumpstering in the mid lane.
I mean, he's doing a great job, but I will say, it does set me up to talk about the fact that Knight has gone for the Halo Blades on the Azir, something we've talked about previously on, you know, Azir often thought of as very much a late game champion, but having the Halo Blades in the mid lane does mean you have a bit more lane pressure, gives you a bit more priority, and gives you more ability to trade aggressively and find opportunities. Vampire gets rooted up, but will get away with his life. Good little trade in the bottom side, but the Snake's so low on HP. Bin is about to hit level 6, I fear. Solo kill in dangerous territory right now.
Like, we're already almost at a 2K gold lead for PLG, and we're not even at 6 minutes yet. Also, it makes you wonder, right? Because we were talking about, Knight's gonna go for the kill.
Oh no, Fisher has been solo killed in the mid lane. Knight absolutely destroying it now in the bottom side. Elk flashes forward to get onto the Snake, dodges the feathers as well. The Q slightly wide, but the Ignite burning down. Is it enough? One more tick will do the job. And BLG kills in almost every lane.
And in the span of like 20 seconds, PLG's gold lead pretty much doubles. Huge moment coming through, and Elkin, they're just being so aggressive. Okay, this is a game where we need to remember, we really cannot reference anything else except what is happening on screen.
Yeah.
Because BLG are just going to go for these kills out of nowhere.
There is no time to talk story. There's no time to build any narratives. It's 2,500 gold lead at 6.5 minutes for BLG. The gank now from Jiejie as Vampire starts to engage. Elk burning with Ignite. No more summoners, and he will be knocked to the side, taken down on trying to escape up on the top side of the play, but Shun is having none of it. He's not even going to move over to try and help his support. He realizes this play is doomed. They've overstayed their welcome.
Yeah, just nice answer from Jiejie, abusing the fact that the summoners got used to make the aggressive play. Sadly, not going to be able to turn into too much more, but at least Stake now going to be able to catch all of this gold experience, try and start making his way to that level 6 point for the Xayah Rakan.
See if they can have more of an impact. The boots finished off there. See, Elk has grabbed his support item. On is not going support item on the Nautilus. He's just going full tank. He's just going to be farming up all game, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, which is going to let him get to a point where it's going to be so hard to deal with for EDG. We're going to see the replay here. I mean, the heavy trading already coming through so early on.
Wait, was that his E blocked the Valk, or the Valk was just a misclick and didn't go over the wall? Not sure.
I think it was the latter. I don't know if the E would be able to block that. I mean, we're going to get a replay of the bot lane fight too, but this was just pure, summoners were just blown, a fight just happened, both end up going down in the end. Man, I got to be honest, I really just want to see the fight top. I want the solo kills to come through.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Valkyrie dodges away from Knight's ultimate. Fisher keeps himself alive, but it's a 20 CS lead almost in the mid lane there. On sees a juicy old minion wave there. And I will say, Nautilus very good at clearing these waves. If you get some items on you, the Barbie Cinder will do wonders as well as the Riptide. I wonder if On is maxing Riptide here to be able to clear waves. I'd assume not, to be honest. Remember, for a little while, at the very start of this season... Oh, hang on. Big damage from Bin. Again, I'm nervous to talk about anything other than what's on the screen because it could all kick off at any minute.
Yeah, and we can see here, right, one of the big things about this matchup is typically for Udyr, I mean, you're able to go for those long extended trades, just cycle through all your abilities, but the Darius passive is just too much. So I can see Solo Kill kind of just running in, proc grasp once, get a bit of damage down, then immediately run away.
Yeah, tough one to play up against, and especially when it's Bin on the opposite side of the scoreboard. Bin basically on 10 CS per minute before the 10-minute mark. Pretty impressive stuff. He's having an absolute field day. And in case the 88 wasn't impressive, and no, oh no, Vampire. I don't know if that's a fight that you want at this point. The depth charge, and the hook is perfect. One more auto, and On gets it. On is very much the damage dealer in this duo right now. 2 kills for him already in this game. He's the one farming up. He's the one with the Barmy Cinder. Jiejie wants revenge again, but I don't think he'll find it this time.
No, and that max range hook was beautiful coming out through On. And again, he had a bit of a rough first series, like some weird mistakes coming out when they played up against TS. Great to see the bounce back so far ever since that series has taken place. And I mean, EDG, Jiejie's been trying to find avenues to make plays, but now with all the grubs, 5 grubs picked up, he's gonna go. Okay, there we go. I was wondering, like, why are we not finishing up the section? No one's there, but now really gonna be able to put pressure up in these lanes. We've already seen both mid and bot whittling away at the turret, taking plates.
And I do feel like it's kind of a scary situation when a team like BLG that has such strong solo laners in a game gets the 6 grubs. That Darius is going to make short work of towers in the side lane. Vampire, just a little bit overzealous. He saw On.
Yeah, I mean, right, sadly enough, we've actually seen this mistake from Vampire in one of his earlier series. Exact same thing as...
Oh,
no! We missed the solo!
Oh god, it's a massacre at the bomb side as well. Vampire just about gets away with his life. Hang on, that's big damage coming through onto Shunfish and trying to finish the job. Good little dodge on the rocket. And into Elk's Shroud will get Shun out to safety. They can't get a kill for themselves though, and actually, EDG the ones with control of the area. This could be a second Drake for them.
Respecting the package, right? Too much of a threat. Looks like they're going to completely back away and even hoping that Vampire or the Snake just walk too far forward once again.
Yeah, I don't think BLG are done just yet. They're moving in. Fisher uses that package. That's the end of the respect for the package, but look at this from Jiejie. Great ult from Knight, but this is going to be kills. It has to be. 1 for 1 so far as they all flash away from Fisher. On trying to get out with his life. Still has flash available. And there we go. Finally goes for it. They're going underneath the tower. Fisher tanking and happy to do so. Jiejie will help finish that one off. Fisher with 2.
I also might have seen it incorrectly, but I think Dragon might have gotten the last hit on Vampire, which is kind of depressing. We'll get to see the replay. I saw the Dragon move it, like, heading towards the area as he died, but my god, Big now on Triforce. Observers saying something top might happen. I trust
They're really afraid to go into the replay after last time. They're terrified of going into the replay, and I don't blame them.
Okay, nothing to come through yet, but we're going to get to see exactly how this goes down. Actually tries to start off the trade himself, but again, he's too afraid, I feel like, to commit to the long trades because of the bleed that we keep seeing Bin stack up. Great pull to come through to enable it, and just the amount of damage with the style.
So that flash is really nice as well, because it's like, I think that's like habitual almost, where he's like trying to get the Q where you can't flash out of it.
Exactly.
But it doesn't have flash. So, kind of unnecessary, to be honest.
You know, and I'm so sad I once again did not pay attention to if the Dragon actually autoed the Rakan as he died. But still, really great turn from EDG there. Jiejie just being so quick to follow up on the package going through Fisher. And also us getting to see a quirky package that also splits a fight apart and makes it really awkward for BLG to play. I feel like we don't see those often enough. Yeah,
a little bit of a poke at UCal there.
Kind of a not even just UCal. Like seriously, now I Fisher and Rookie off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay, anyway, you were saying, sorry.
Oh, no, my point's done, and now I am with you and just waiting in awe to see what happens next.
I'm always afraid that Bin is about to kick it off. Here we go, though. BLG back on the Drake once more. EDG couldn't actually go for the Drake. They kind of overchased going for the dive on the bottom side, meant they couldn't get the objective. And now, it's one Drake piece for both teams. To be fair to EDG, they've got 4 kills on the board. They're 2,000 gold down, but that's better than a lot of other teams have managed in this situation. Vampire doing a good job of zoning everyone so that the Snake can get out of dodge. And to be fair to EDG, this is a much better early game than a lot of teams have managed to muster. This is what we talked about beforehand. Their early game doesn't look that bad.
No, definitely able to bring it, especially this time around. Jiejie definitely, I think, having some better early games than he did in his initial 2 series. But still, we're going to have to see a lot more for them to be able to bring it against BLG. Both Knight and Bin sitting on bounties. We talked about the fact that the 6 scrubs are there, so just the army of mites always present when they will be hitting turrets. Well, I guess one thing EDG can look for is maybe some picks on sides with Divine, really try to punish this Darius. It's going to be hard. Flash about to be back up. His Ghost there, but on. I see ults.
Vampire does manage to zip on out of there. I think that's what he was trying to do when he blocked the recalls before, but the route from Elk in that previous play was really what sort of capitalized. The charm goes in, and Elk has stepped way too far forwards. On will be next on the chopping block if they can chain the CC in time, but he's quite tanky. Won't walk away, but Elk, again, getting caught out. There's more than once now this game that they've managed to find these opportunities on the BLG bot lane.
Yeah, not respecting the amount of distance that Rakan and Vi are able to cover. I mean, just really not expecting the engage to come through, but I love that On never gets dissuaded, doesn't give up, did go for the Emax that you were wondering about.
Yeah. You know,
has been able to push.
On is not a support this game. He is basically a top lane Nautilus, just doing it in the bottom lane. Like, he is going to be scary, and he's going to do way more damage than you're used to seeing a Nautilus go for. Vampire, he'll get out with his life. I want to go back to the anecdote that I was going to say earlier, that I couldn't because it was too aggressive of a game, but Orcs was playing a ton of E-Max Nautilus in the bottom lane when Bloodsong first came out. You could go Bloodsong on Nautilus, E-Max, you basically just Q in, auto attack, W, and then E, and then auto attack, and you basically just wreck AD carries. You could comfortably solo kill AD carries as the support. It was really something to behold. I'm not going to go for the Bloodsong on this one, but he does go for the E-Max.
Wait, so it was Ox doing it? It was Dan? Oh, jeez. That actually does sound something so psychotic.
Dan the Man Harrison.
Yeah.
I have to say, he is an aggressive League of Legends player. He does love to go crazy. I have to say as well, his Lucian, his Kai'Sa are pretty clean. He's a support main, but his mechanics are kind of on point.
He's also a very aggressive TFT partner.
In game or in comps?
I've been put in my place many times by Ox for doing something wrong. It was deserved, though. It was deserved. But what might not be deserved is Jiejie actually finds the engage.
Yeah, Sean is not the target. He barely takes any damage from that one. A Bin is ghosted. He's charging forwards. Can he find the way in? Flash available. The apprehend. Featherstorm, though, gets him away. Now Bin the target as they go for the counter engagement. Jiejie just doesn't have the damage to get onto Bin here. Solo kill just running around the fight like a headless chicken. Nothing you can do on the Udyr as On is looking for more. But sort of whiffs it, I'm going to be honest. On, not your best game.
Still, honestly, On's ult there, I feel like the only thing that really made the kill possible. Missed the initial hook, which I'm sure we'll see in the replay. Struggling to find the engage, but in the end they do. Once again, another kill up. Pretty good fight, considering that you've also got Fisher and Jiejie to burn their flashes. Elks and Knights will both still be up in the next fight. So, both of BLG's carries definitely feeling in a much safer position heading forward. Yeah. Hell, the next fight's going to be pretty soon, Munch. 35 seconds until Drake.
Oh, yeah. And you know, BLG want it. They don't want to let another one go to EDG. Let's take another look at what on earth happened here. So, starting the fight onto Shun, but it's just your jungler and support. So, really, you have absolutely no damage to follow up to start the fight.
No, and now already having 5 members here, they have the pincer maneuver coming through, but sadly, BLG not able to get the apprehend because of the Snake's ult. The hook doesn't land from on. So it actually presents an opportunity where I got scared that the turn would be able to come through, but still just getting zoned off by On and that ult, knocking 2 members up, not allowing Fisher to keep putting down those rockets, really led the way for BLG.
Certainly did. These grubs are paying dividends this game. We talk about, whether the grubs are worth it. Fisher has to use the package defensively. That's a disaster for Drake. And VODS say, screw Drake, we've got a Herald. Let's just slam the base. 6 grubs and a Herald to work with. This tower is gone. And to be honest, the in-hit might be gone as well. BLG, they're gonna keep going here. There's 2 players from EDG still on the bottom side of the map. The Herald is still going strong. It's gonna get a charge onto the Nexus tower here. I don't know if they can finish the tower up, but
fastest game of the season!
Are they just gonna end the game right here? That's ultimate across the team. Vampire goes down as well. The Snake does find a route for himself. A solo kill, trying to defend, trying to clear the minion wave. Hits onto the tower. I think BLG are gonna have to back away, but Jiejie doesn't want to let them. The re-engage could come on through. I don't know if they've got the damage to take him on.
When a dragon ends up with you losing your base in 19 minutes. God, it's rough out there. I've never been like the biggest, grubs are super OP, but the objective is just so perfect for BLG. Like, you just cannot give this team 6 scrubs. They are hitting turrets all day long.
Yeah, this is brutal. I mean, there's not really that much to look at in this replay, honestly. It's just absolutely smacking EDG.
There's really nothing to break down. It's just not expecting this play to come through, not accounting for the Rift Herald and all the mites that BLG are going to have from the play.
Yeah.
And now 6K gold at 20 minutes, finally really pushing that gold lead forward. And BLG have been one of the best teams at baiting and playing around this Baron and drawing you out of your base and really just capitalizing on the smallest of movements. And here we go.
Here we go. Blue ward used to spot this out, but I don't know if this is contestable. Vampire going to be rooted up. Manages to pass that over to the Snake as well. Good guy, Vampire, spreading the love. Gets hooked in by On, who's feeling big. He's actually farmed this game. He doesn't get to do that often. As Bin is just going to run in 1v5. He's just going to start the fight by himself as his team goes for the Baron. Bit of sustain there. He does go down, but I think he's happy with that one. The knock-up underneath the tower as well. The Snake gets absolutely wrecked as Shun looks for more as well. On in the meantime, onto solo kill. Double for Elk. And BLG, they are wiping the floor with EDG.
Wait, Munch, and we are once again going to break the fastest game of the split the same time, like the same day as it just got broken.
This is insane. BLG, charge on forwards, 9 TPs into the base. He's not even finished his 3rd item at this point. He's still just going for it. Solo kill under the Nexus tower. Solo double kill. No, Jiejie gets under the tower, and it'll be out to finish the job here. Actually uses the railgun for no good reason. The Snake even pulled in. Nobody is safe. And On grabs himself a kill to round it out. Good God, BLG, that was disgusting.
So, if you weren't here earlier, TES beat RA in 22 minutes, 33 seconds, which was our fastest game of the split officially. And now, here we go. BLG coming in the day. They must have heard TN's interview where he's like, yo, we messed around too much. I wish we could have ended the game faster. BLG were like, don't worry about it, TN. We got it for you.
Absolutely insane. We joked about maybe BLG could beat the record later on, but that was not on cast because it felt like too much flame. Well, I guess they could is the answer. We're going to jump into a break, and good God, I hope EDG have more.